It's been a while since we last spoke. You broke my heart and left me hanging. Hey, how you've been? It's been a while. I see you go to new clothes on and changed your hairstyle. You look good and go, but why do I still hurt when I see your feet? Hurt when someone mentions your name. Hurt when I pass by your old place. It's been a year, a lot has changed since then. I made new friends, I got a new pet. You wouldn't believe it. I've been on and on, but why do I still hurt when I'm driving and I'm lost again? Hurt when I'm sick and you're not here. Hurt when you seem like you're just fine without me. Oh, I'm not trying to get you back. Oh, I know we're better when we're not together. Sometimes I think of all the things that could have been different when we were in love. Hurt when I see your feet. Hurt when someone mentions your name. Hurt when I pass by your old place.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final match of the regular season for BPL Season 7. We're here today to kick it off. If you haven't seen my face in a while, it's Knock on Wood over here. And that way is Thea, or Thoriame. I'll let you take it from here.
Yes, hi. So welcome everyone who has dropped by on the last match of the BPL regular season, where we will have Corrupted Guise versus Seal the Deal in what is, a tale of first seed versus 8th seed for the respective group. And this is our schedule for today. Yes, this is the only match because everyone else definitely did their matches over the weekend. Clearly. So,
Yeah.
let's take a look at the standings and what is really going to be the deal that Seal the Deal might be trying to lock in. Well, first off, they really can't do anything to fix their 8th standing. But what they can at least do is play spoiler, right? They have the option of either giving Corrupted Guys the coveted first seed spot or giving it to the Dab Master team of Smoke Wolves. So, really depends what you are wanting to make a contract for, but the Seal holds the terms and conditions for it.
Yeah, it could be really fun tonight. I mean, we haven't seen much from Seal the Deal, right? Their map diff is -8. They've won 3 maps so far. I really want them to get their 4th here. That'd be good for storylines, right? That if they come back here, take away that first pick opportunity or chance from Corrupted Guys in the ending with playoffs.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think if you are Corrupted Guys, right, I think winning this just really solidifies that spot. And at the end of the day, you're just going to be ending up doing some coin flip toss up against Frogs on Fire to decide, who gets the first selection once you hit the actual playoffs.
Yeah. I guess, should we head on to our rosters then? Let's look at which ones should the Solid want to feed us first. Ooh, we get Seal the Deal. I love Box Roster 1. It's Seal the Deal. We have good DPS lineup of Kartik Vonder. DPS is going to swap it around on Angelo Guise and Riptide. And then on DPS, on support, sorry, we have RMM, Bakery, and FML.
Yeah, I would love to see the RMM DPS. Yes, that is indeed the role. On the other side, we have on the Corrupted Guise team, Dilax and Crybaby and Poyo on the DPS line, Krabby, Gavin the Slim on tank, and Bing Don and Noctara rounding up that support line. And they've been doing a great job keeping things, under control for their team. Besides that, unfortunate one loss against Smoke Wolves.
Yeah, I'm just looking over here at the stat. I don't know if these teams have played Eichenwald before. Because some teams, yes. So they both played Eichenwald and actually have both won it. So this should be a fun first map. I kind of wish I had looked up. I wish I knew when I was casting before. I would have looked at maps at what they were actually playing and banning.
Hey, I mean, this is a pretty good matchup for a first map. As you said, would have been funnier if it was Numbani, because that just means Seal the Deal can play better spoiler, right? At least here in Eichenwald, it's a 50-50, so anything can go, and really, a lot of this might just be bans at the end of the day and how they'll come into play.
Yeah. So I did open them up. Going into the bans for last match, Genji was actually banned by Seal the Deal, and Doomfist was banned by Corrupted Guise. Looks like Corrupted Guy was second and Genji was first.
Wait, no, it's not though. That's for Gibraltar.
Oh,
look at Eichenwald.
Eichenwald. Seal the Deal. All right,
Knock on wood.
I don't use this part. I don't have to worry about it. Orisa was banned by Seal the Deal, and Sombra was banned by Corrupted Guise. Okay. Any good brain power here? I got nothing.
I've got no brain power either, other than it looks like for Seal the Deal, at least tank line wise, don't want to deal with an Orisa on Eichenwald, so they're actually opting to ban what once more banned on Eichenwald, which is the Freya. So I think just the ability to spam along with those take aims does a lot of damage from that very comfortable high ground on Eichenwald second. But even in the first, it really stops and controls certain corners and rooms. So it's not a bad ban. I always think Freya as a ban it's always a neutral ban choice. Like, it's never bad. When you ban it, is where it becomes where you split between it's a good ban versus it's a great ban.
I think this is a pretty good ban on Eichenwald, right? Eichenwald is very vertical, especially on second point. And, I mean, Freya has also been banned the most in BPL with 68 bans, 21% of the time has been banned. And Corrupted Guys are going to go to tank instead of support and going to ban Ramatra. So,
I think
another popular one.
That might be maybe something in line with the preferred tank line of Seal the Deal. I know Angelo really likes playing Ramatra out of all the Brawl tanks, so remove that from play. They're forced to play another type of Brawlier tank to push through that, first point choke of Eichenwald. So you're already forcing the hand of Seal the Deal to play something like an Orisa at the end of the day, or maybe something like a Hazard in certain cases if you want to do some form of Brawl hybrid dive.
Yeah, I'm expecting a dive here. I'm guessing Gavin. I don't know who is actually here today, but I'm guessing we're going to see Krabby in for Corrupted Guys, because Gavin is, for me, at least in my brain, is definitely more of a dive tank. And I don't know about Lagusa or Riptide, though. Ooh.
I think they're, at least from what I've seen from Seal the Deal, they're pretty flexible. I remember Angelo playing more of the Brawlier tanks. But the last time I casted this match it feels like ages ago.
I may be cheating, and so I know that we're gonna get Riptide as our tank today. It's gonna be Riptide and Krabby going into Eichenwald here.
Riptide, Krabby might be a kind of like dive situation that they are going for. So it's not a bad choice for
there's
a back. Wait,
for the Orisa.
excuse me?
On
Okay,
the
no,
attack too.
no. Corrupted Guise on Orisa was, I think, what I expected. So now we're looking at
Okay.
Seal the Deal with it. And Riptide on the Hazard is what seems like the best guess we could have for this team right now. I think looking at what they are planning to run, this is a lot of front load burst damage for Corrupted. And they're just planning to burst through with all that damage and let their backline poke from that slight distance. And have that frontline brawl it out in order to force Seal the Deal into like an uncomfortable spot and force them to rotate much earlier. Because I think this is like a bit more of a fragile backline for Seal the Deal.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see as we see, oh gosh, Kartik already getting pushed out by Krabby. Have to slide all the way to the back. They're trying to take this really, really back-ended point, letting Corrupted Guys try to push into them. Dilex, finding Sombra, getting Vonder early. It's a really great pickoff. That should allow Corrupted Guys to push in hard, chasing RMM down in the backline. 2 down, 3 for Dilex. Can we make it 4? No, stolen by Noctara. What a great push.
Yep, great push from this team, and already you could see the oppressive power of the spam and the brawler potential of that Orisa Reaper. So they want to have that far under control, and I'm not surprised that Riptide is switching to this Diva. So now you're going to have to at least try to coordinate potentially with your Sombra and decide where you want to have your fights, because RMM and Femel are, yes, they could survive on their own as a 2-person team, melt down those diving on them, but other than that, like, they need to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, as Krabby somehow makes her way up the top and already falls down to seal a deal, pushing them hard. Riptide is taking control there, taking the tank duel. Doesn't want anyone to come in. I don't know what happened there, but very, very strong rush, I think, from Seal the Deal up top.
Yep, I think you want a character that controls that Diva, and having RMM from Mel on these more DPS-y type of backline that can at least play in a distance, don't really have to brawl, and that's the key. Playing from a distance, poking and brawl and forcing out this Pharah might lessen the pressure that the Pharah will cause onto the team. And you can already see RMM has that window that they might use for this next fight to maybe help deny this incoming barrage.
Yeah, good poke coming out from Kartik as the barrage comes up behind, shut down immediately. Dilex getting RMM at least chances to come out to keep the team alive as they try to push into the window coming out as well from Bing. Pacing down the last support. I'm not used to having no control over my overrun screen as I cast, and Kartik again going through. Who is winning? This is so weird for me. I'm so sorry. Good job, Corrupted Guys.
Corrupted Guys really just keeping themselves alive. They're willing to take the trades, right? They lose Bing and all of that, but Riptide has been forcing them into uncomfortable angles, but now it's a question of when they plan to use this EMP. But Dilax is trying to look for the Sombra, pressuring them out, and I think if you force out the Tracer, that means less pressure on the point, but they really need to retake this high ground back from maybe the Orisa, or force the Orisa to fight on point and get EMP'd in the process.
Yeah, they're looking for this EMP. The Reaper comes in behind, gets 1, 2, and the lamp jumping off the edge for the survive. Dilex picks up RMM as well. Corrupted Guys, dominant fight right there. We're able to initiate before Vonder is able to even use that EMP.
I think they're waiting. Ooh, that's a huge stagger. I think they're waiting way too long to use this EMP. This has been online for quite a while. Both supports already having used their respective support ultimates, and I think by this time you could have built towards another EMP. As much as EMP is like that fight-winning ultimate, sometimes you just have to let it rip to turn things around. RMM switching over to this Honor, I think, is just meant to lessen the ability to heal and prevent, I guess, Krabby from pushing much too further up without being, antied and unhindered, but already you can see Vonder trying to set up, struggling just a bit, seeing that everyone from Corrupted is a bit split from each other.
Yeah, they're playing really far back as Krabby pushes in pretty much alone and immediately gets purpled and taken out. That RMM swap was good, but EMP trying to make a comeback, gets 3, but is not enough. Krabby has to switch to Bulk here, trying to touch. And
nothing. That's
nothing.
pretty much it.
Yep.
I think a lot of this, right? It's not even that Seal, the Corrupted Guise, is playing really, really well, but it's more of just Seal the Deal isn't playing ults, right? And they're not.
Yeah.
They're not being proactive with them. It seems like they're always just waiting for the perfect time to use an ultimate, to the point that when it's that last set of moments before point cap, they then, panic ult and then use it. So what I would want to see from Seal the Deal is to take a more aggressive approach, right? Be more proactive with the ultimates that you have. Yes, you want to survive maybe going in with that EMP if you are Vonder, but at the same time, like, if you don't survive but your team capitalizes on the massive EMP and manages to wipe out 3-4 players from the team, you've done your job. It does not matter if you died in the process. Like, you are one way or another a ult farm for an EMP. Now, Corrupted Guys still getting huge value playing that Ursa, stick by it. I do like this backline from them of the BAP and Illari that allows you more DPSing from your supports. So that means heroes can melt faster. But I don't think it is a backline that can survive a wrecking ball that might be harassing them 24/7.
Yeah, I think it's also going to be struggling here with Crybaby on the Widow taking that jump shot. But on defense, that's usually only something you see on offense here, because it's just the sightlines are not really big enough on first. Taking a few shots and boom, immediately gets RMM off the back. I will shut up and cheer on Crybaby.
I was like, somehow let me get the 1v1.
Yeah.
Apparently, someone may have put additional damage onto RMM, letting Crybaby get the last final killing blow. Now, Wrecking Ball just going in, Riptide clearing things out, dropping very low, has to back out. But already you could see Dialox trying to keep everyone else who are trying to push in check. So this is one of the few parts where I'm not too keen about the Wrecking Ball if you are just rolling straight through, because it's very predictable, and that means predictable kills.
Yeah, FML just faded in there randomly. The Seal Deal seemed to have gone the strategy of throw themselves to the point. Krabby just throwing spears around, trying to hunt down Vonder. There, gets found out by Dilex. Takes RMM as well. The Seal Deal just forced back to spawn. Second time. And it's just looking like chaos for them.
It's looking like chaos. You can see Riptide trying to find an opening, but dropping already very low. They're just being pressured out by this DPSC backline who could just melt them and put damage in. So a lot of this is coordination, and they're kind of struggling in that just a bit, especially with timing the setups. This is a composition that requires either a lot of setup or one where you have to learn how to play on your own. Maybe it's a comp game.
Maybe. Oh, Vonder tries to get an early pick there, and the Tracer is taken out instead by Crybaby. They're able to put so much pressure here with this Pharah, having to take a little bit of a jump back, but their team is just following up. They're not the one-trick ponies. Dilex apparently is, though. That was that 4K for Dilex? And misses the pulse. And sad about it.
That's a big target.
Yeah, it's a big target to miss.
That's a big target to miss. They were right beside you too. But already you can see Krabby using the cooldowns to mess with the momentum that Riptide is trying to set up. But they've already used at least the Pulse Bomb and what might have been the Terra Surge in one of those fights. So Seal the Deal is coming in with a bit of an ult advantage, opening up with Cole and trying to get this far out.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure out. Mines go out somewhere over on near point. EMP as well gets 3, taking Bing down. I don't even know what that ult is called. The solar ult coming out from Noctara. I think got FML and was able to take them down as well. Man, this is a lot harder to cast with a good caster, good observers.
With good observers. Well,
Yeah.
our observers are doing splendid work. Kartik trying to find a flank and get a stick with his pulse bomb. And Pamel switching to the Lucio keeps things alive, forces out a window. Is Kartik cleaning up things in the room? Doesn't manage to do so. Dialects dropping very low, manages to get themselves out. But is this a going back and forth trade? But with Dialects still alive, that should keep things alive for Corrupted. Now, Seal the Deal have at least some level of control of the point, but immediately seals the things off for Dialects, minus maybe that roll through of That doesn't look like a roll through. That looks like a grappling hook. Wait.
Calling out strike. Oh, the barrage! Barrage causes a crybaby, takes out one, putting pressure onto FML. Around the corner, can't escape Vonner though. Krabby pulling in. Everyone tries to get Famel. Sorry. Man, chaotic fights here. Nothing actually.
Neither manages to get Bing. That makes sure that things are alive, and there is not great timing of a TP to get back point. But with that, yes, and health not that really that good of a reason. I think this is a strange situation that Seal the Deal is going through. I think their Seal lawyers need some I think they've taken too much sleepy time.
Yeah. Gosh, this is rough. I mean, I will say that their defense, although quick, it did look marginally good. Like if they had just gotten their ults together, like you said that a couple times, they would have been a lot closer. And so if we just get some speed out and some aggression from Seal the Deal, I'm really excited for the next map.
Yeah. I think there were moments where this composition and even the swaps could have worked in the favor of Seal the Deal, right? You had a good idea of switching to that Diva to counter the Pharah, and it makes it easier to manage the verticality of Eichenwald also. But at the same time, if you are planning to run that kind of pokier composition, you also have to take into account that you want to have different angles, especially into a kind of brawlier kind of composition with maybe pokey type of DPS, well, specifically more of the Pharah. So I think proactivity from Seal the Deal, especially with ultimates, would keep things alive. But this Tracer ban on Esperanza, I'm sorry, you're casting with me. We're calling it Esperanza.
Yeah.
We're calling it Esperanza for tonight's cast because knock on wood is with me.
I just do it for fun. It's a
No, we're sticking by it now. So we have a Tracer ban, which is a good thing to have if you are Seal the Deal, because you're forcing the team of Corrupted to have a different character that's constantly on point. Normally the Tracer's job, right? So you end up potentially having to have the Lucio on point, or maybe on unconventional reasons your Kiriko on point. Do not recommend. Lucio always a better character to be on point, but Corrupted Guise banning the Diva is really them making sure that Crybaby is able to run that Pharah uninterrupted. That is pretty much it.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think that Seal the Deal ban comes out and just because of the masterclass of Tracer that Dialects put out. They just don't want to deal with that again for this map. Gets them a chance to get that one map win here. And Tracer is pretty good on Esperanza, right? There's a lot of small flanks that go around and up through that high ground. I would not be surprised if we saw another Sombra come out here, or Hazard as well. Yeah, I'm not expecting Ramatra, but I could be totally wrong with the ban, with Ramatra not being banned for this map.
Yeah, but at least from what we are seeing, there are no swaps from the side of Seal the Deal. They only have 4 players in the lobby. So what we saw on Eichenwald is still going to be the stack, I think, walking into this.
We should see Gavin come in, because Gavin is in lobby for Corrupted Guys.
Corrupted. Okay.
Yeah. But yes, Seal the Deal is the same 5.
Yes. So this could be a chance for Seal the Deal to lock in a potential to cause some spoilage, or it could be a way of them spoiling the dreams of Smoke Wolves to being number 1 seed.
Good word use. I wasn't ready for that. What?
What is happening in our A live chat?
I mean, it's just that's orange. You know. Honestly, let's be honest here though. Of BPL live chats, this is tape. There's only been like 3 GIFs posted. So honestly, come on, observers, step it up. Let's go. I want to be spammed. I want to be distracted. There, that's immediately in one. All right. They have heard our calls and they're coming in. Gavin for Krabby. Yep.
We do Gavin coming in for Krabby. No beach sidewalk crawling for this corrupted team. Just masterclass gameplay potentially from Gavin. Hopefully no Ajaxes either.
Yeah. They keep... I just want you to know that in the lobby, they keep saying, they're doing that, like, the thing where you have the message come under with someone else's name. And they keep doing Seal the Deal says Teams R or something like that. And Seal is not here. Seal CEO has nothing to do with Seal the Deal. It's a brand forgery, and Seal will be in contact with them later. But let's get into as you said, Esperanza.
Actually, Seal may have given some franchise liberties. We don't really know. It's easy between Seals to form contracts, right? Nothing really.
Thank you, Rish.
Jesus. Help me.
This is the only thing that Reach does. Can
I say that here we are at Esperanza, and for our possibly last map of the regular season, this is a very interesting.
Like orange.
Yo, can I just say though, that's actually detailed that they have like the meat of the fish actually rendered.
They're ready to chop its head off. All right, we're coming out here with some Orisa and Hazard. Double hit scan from Seal the Deal as well. This will be taking the high ground probably, right?
Taking the higher ground, but the brawlier setup of Seal the Deal might make things easier, already dislocating someone from corrupted guys and taking the trade. RMM managed to get in out Dilax.
Yeah, Gavin winning really quick, got purpled and to back out. Dilax feeding in as well, RMM punishing them. Corrupted guys seem to be just taking control at this point, pushing back Seal the Deal.
Yep, dropping very low is Gavin on that. Hazard manages to get away, but really nothing to deny these anti-nades from Mel. So their number one target is trying to get from Mel very low. So this is a lot of RMM going back and forth for Peel, especially when your order is so walled.
Yeah, good wall from Gavin, as they should be able to put the pressure on. Freya sending in those exploding bolts. What are they actually called? Any idea?
Good question. I call them exploding bolts. Take the aim, and that is a mass. Quick ult. Manages to get huge value. Doesn't get kills with it, but manages to stall, Seal the Deal a bit more, and puts really no one on the front end for Seal the Deal. So they are flipping the map in a way and allowing Butt Scratch to have a no hit.
Beat comes out from RMM, trying to get them to touch the point. Coalescence also out from Bing, putting pressure back on the Seal the Deal. Gavin diving in, gets RMM with a slash. Dilax as well. Nano coming out as well for Vonder, trying to keep him alive. Gets able to get Dilax, but that's probably going to be it as they're being pushed back here by Gavin. And the point is going to switch here.
Should switch in just a bit, try to get the Straggler of Riptide off the point. Double support ultimates used by Seal the Deal. Corrupted guys only having used 2 prior to that. So if I'm Seal the Deal, part of the challenge is Dilax is going to be building towards that blade pretty soon, and there is no answer to it other than potentially splitting apart from each other. Same thing goes for anything with Downpour. Now for Noctara, I will not be surprised if this is going to be a tempo beat, something to aggress, because they are leading in charge, and there's nothing really you need to beat to deny.
Yeah, the rain comes down from Gavin, trying to get no one as both DPS calls out from Seal the Deal, as well as Riptides. They use all of their stuff, but they're still falling down. Being taken out one by one. Riptide is the only one actually able to make a kill for Seal the Deal, and the bot keeps pushing.
Bot keeps pushing, just keep pushing, just keep pushing. No ultimates to work with for either side. Dialax very close to Blade. 4% counting, no answer to it as Seal the Deal has used all their ultimates already. So this might be a painful next engagement for Seal the Deal.
Yeah, Blade comes out, gets FML, slowly crawling up, uses the deflect to get Kartik. Vonder stole it away from them, but good attack from Dialex and the rest of Corrupted Guise, and this might be a full cap.
This is looking like a full cap. Your hope for Seal the Deal is for Femel to build towards that Nano, and that might be an opening to maybe cancel this coalescence of Bing. Like, right, Nano and Riptide get a huge punch onto a Coaling Moira, and that might close things off. But huge picks already from the spawn, so this might change the tempo just a bit, and there is still 6 minutes 20 on the clock. Few stragglers. Femel, with the help of RMM, survives, and the cart is moving back into maybe a more favorable position for them. Now, Riptide sticking to this Doomfist, I'm not too angry about it. I think there is potential for it, especially for displacing and denying deflex of Dialax if you manage to land the punch onto the Genji, and they already spot Dialax on that flank.
Yeah, I think if Riptide can keep up this pressure and it feels comfortable on it, that's what's going to be most important. As Vonder comes up behind Dialex, getting the hack off, I believe, and the hack. What is that? The virus. Yeah, good nade coming out as well from FML, putting a lot of pressure. Bing wants to keep it back.
No.
Where'd the Nano go? Did the Nano get lost?
It lost.
The Nano got lost on Riptide.
No, the Riptide died, but then before that hits. Unfortunately, Reaper manages to get out with their life. Kartik trying to fend for their life, but only gets pressured out by Genji. And this Freya not seeing the light of day, just characteristic of Reaper as a character. Corrupted Guise with a Lucio beat and bolas from Freya should have this at least kind of locked in. Not unless RMM plays spoiler and rushes down mid with it, hoping to focus heavily on maybe the Freya.
Yeah, I really want RMM to counter here right now, and they do. Taking the beat back. They need to survive long enough here for Vonder to get that EMP or something. Riptide trying to keep the team back. Sadly, Kartik dies there. Using the Doomfist ult. Can slam down, stay alive more. Vonder has the EMP. We really need to see it here. No! Vonder, come out! No! Massive 3-man, but it's too late.
And it's too high. So
yeah,
Seal the Deal plays spoiler, not the Corrupted, but the Smoke Wolves. So for Corrupted Guys, they've pretty much sealed their first seed spot in their respective group, and that should finalize what is the overall bracket for the A-League playoffs.
Yeah, that should be it. Corrupted Guys are, because they won 2-0 now, they are getting a play-ins bye, and well, they would have got a play-ins bye anyway, but they will get either first or second seed. We're gonna have to schedule a pick show, which actually might be later than Sunday night because some teams have bad scheduling already for the next week. But yeah, there you have it. Corrupted Guys 6-1 with a +7 map differential, and Seal the Deal finishing with 1-6 with -10.
I mean,
not the best, but
not the best, but let's give props for Seal the Deal for actually putting in the work to still play this match, right? Like, you could have just said to, I don't know, the BPL staff, like, hey, it doesn't matter as much, right? We'd rather
out. I don't want to play.
Or we don't want. Yeah, right. They're like, there are people who think like that and would just rather give, not play that last game because it doesn't matter to them. But for the players of Seal the Deal, they've still managed to at least show up and play this last match. Already with some idea of what the outcome might be. So let's give credit to the team where it is due. But Corrupted Guys, this is their dub. This is what seals them.
Yeah. Do we have the bracket ready, Solomon? Can we look at that already? Are you prepared? How fast is Solomon? Oh, he's great. He didn't get we'll have to figure that. I'm not sure how the third and fourth selection works here. But
Wouldn't it be based on who has the better standing between Smoke Wolves and Primal Pineapples based on map diff?
if it is, then Primal
No, it's
Pineapples
not
will
diff.
get third pick.
'Cause
And
that's the only way I could see it.
yeah,
Because
that has to be it. Oh yeah, because it's
Fire and Corrupted Guys have the same map diff and matches, so they have to go through the coin toss.
yeah.
Coin toss. Yeah.
So we are taking like all 16 teams that played, and we're going to. It's a coin toss.
Coin toss. Sorry, that words.
Thanks, Orange. We're taking all 16 teams in both A and B league, and we're actually like making it overall standings, and we're gonna give that to captains probably tonight. But that will actually matter for who's going into the playoffs here. It's not gonna matter where you came from. It's gonna matter what your actual overall seeding was for first pick stuff. So teams going into the playoffs are gonna be able to have, I believe they get to pick who got the they get to pick who looks at who gets the. Gosh, Orange is typing at me and making me distracted. This is what I get for looking at A Live. They get to pick who gets to ban first, I believe, and side.
So, Wick Tofu sign. We're done. We're not here. I can't words anymore. This is what happens when we have matches on a Monday night. The cast is. It is something, but we do, as per I guess BPL tradition, right? We do have exit interviews with the captains of the different teams. So, we got the whole squad of Seal the Deal and joining us in the VC for their exit interview, because as per tradition, that's how it works in BPL, and I think it's a good way to get everyone's thoughts on the board.
Yeah. So welcome to A Live, RMM, Vonder, and FML. Sorry to see you guys go out, but how was your season? Did you...
To be quite honest, as manager, captain, and brig player, I will say that our season started off very unfortunately similar to last season for the team I captained, but we improved enough to win a game and then take a map last week. And honestly, I do want to say that I appreciate everyone on the team for sticking around. Literally every single person on the team stuck around and wanted to improve, and I think collectively we all tried together to get that win, and I feel like that was just, rewarding. Obviously it would have been better to win more, but honestly I'm happy. Honestly, I enjoyed playing with these guys for the past couple weeks, and honestly, I'm not going to say the cliche of I wouldn't trade it for anything, because dead ass, if I was given a playoff team, I probably would. But for a one-win team, this is a pretty fun experience.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Notes to self: RMM hates captaining,
Snake,
hated the players.
Absolute snake. Lots of downs in the season, of course, but the little ups we did have were very sweet. Winning that game, I don't remember who we played against, to be honest, but that was
once more.
Very, very good moment. You guys should have heard RMM scream after we won. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I've been trying to get this for 2 years, man. I did not win a game last season, okay?
Yeah, we did.
I needed it.
I did take a look at Whipshot Warriors.
Oh no, you were Whipshot. Oh.
It was Whipshot. It was a Whipshot Warriors team last season. Not that great. That's why I applaud, Seal the Deal and like RMM, like the leadership wise. It's a good thing like you guys still kept on going and did show improvement, right? And I think part of BPL as a tournament is, as much as it's nice to be in the playoffs and win a BPL tournament, right? A part of it is also improvement for a lot of people. And I think like a couple of people who used to be in B League may have started moving up to A League because of how things started to become structured. So that comes with, I don't know, I call it birthing newness, pains, words.
Growing pains?
Growing pains.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we
I
go.
get words. It's a Monday night, guys. It's
Birthing pains? Question mark?
You're talking.
We're talking about
talking to
what
a
on the
group of men.
BPL? On
None
the
of us know what's going on
BPL? We're talking about birthing pains
yeah.
on the BPL stream.
Well, welcome.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh man.
I do want to say I am also very proud. We had every single week this season, except for this game, we had all 7 players show up, which is I think great. That is, I did go into the draft saying I want people able to show up, and guess what? I got people to show up. So
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bakery and Angelo. Unfortunately, they were busy today, but those two are awesome. You know, love playing with them as well. So
Yeah. Man, I can tell you from experience that being that 7th person on a roster doesn't always feel good, but you can make it feel good, and I'm glad your team is able to do that. So yeah, Thea, any more questions for any last questions for them, I guess?
I guess for the 3 players of Seal the Deal who are in this VC, are there any shout outs you want to make to the either community, to teammates, whatsoever? The floor is yours.
Shout out RMM.
yeah, that's I do love my shout outs. Ooh, let me think here. I mean, once again, shout out to everyone on the team. Just kept showing up, kept grinding, stuff like that until we got that win. I feel like that's a big thing. Shout out to BPL staff and production for being able to allow us to be streamed, even though we're kind of not great at this game compared to everyone else. But
We?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, just me. Sorry. Everything is my fault usually. So yeah, I am taking the brunt of the blame for this terrible
You have said this. I've
team.
been saying
Yeah. I do want to. Yeah, I think that's all I really got. I mean, I enjoyed playing in this league. Unfortunately, past 2 seasons, not quite as much as the first 2 seasons I played, but it's a learning experience. Next time, I'll win 2 games. Ooh.
There you go.
Double
Shoot.
it, give it to the next person.
Set your goals low, and you're gonna skyrocket over them, right? So.
Totally right. One would think.
Yeah.
One would think. One would think.
Well, thank you all for coming on for this exit interview, and I guess we'll maybe see you in more matches as ringers. Otherwise, we'll see you next season.
See ya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Well, and that concludes A-League for the regular season. We already saw the bracket going into the rest of the season, but let's check out some other ones. Let's check out C-League. Oh, we check out B-League. Fine. I was going down, up. Oh, fight me, Solomon. All right. You didn't put up the thingy.
All right. Just taking a look at how this bracket is structured, already locking their bye weeks are for at least the playoffs, or at least managing to get the opportunity to pick the people they're playing with, except for School of Rush. Against for their playoffs is Mothmania, Aurora, Reprieve, and School of Rush, conveniently already set on what seeding they are, at least for the picking, because they don't have overlapping scores.
Yeah, and I want to point out that Mothmania, we're not looking at the standings, but Mothmania are still 7-0, so they're going into that first selection here, still having not lost a match.
Match.
They've lost 3 maps. Sorry, match. They have not lost a single match yet, so they're a really dangerous force going in there. But next week we're gonna see the rest of the teams over there, starting off with AR High Noon, What's Up Doc, and Bluff Creek Big Mode and 89 Memories. Those teams, if they win, they're gonna have to play 2 matches in 1 week, and these are longer matches, right? Everything for the rest of the playoffs is first to 3. So scheduling's gonna be a little bit fun, but we'll see what happens, right? It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yep, it will be definitely fine. So for at least these, how many teams was that? It was like
14, because it's
14,
16 minus
yeah.
2.
Right. Like 14 teams.
We
can math. They'll have to still get their shot to be able to hit the playoffs. So for them, there's still a lot more going in now on the side of the C League bracket, which is a bit more straightforward because they only have one group and
Yeah.
makes things easier to understand and digest. Log Racers and the Bear have to play against each other to ultimately have to play against the one team who ended up with the shorter stick amongst the 3 6-1 teams in the C League.
Yeah, and that'll be an interesting match. That'll be an interesting match too, because the Bear and Log Racers have not played since week 1. So I'm interested to see them face off again. Sadly, we had to say goodbye to Carnunos. They were our number 8 seed there, but this should be fun, and we're sticking with that play-in format, right? We try to get C League to look similar to A and B, but not the same.
It comes with some of its downsides for some teams, but
Yeah.
as you said, Log Racers and the Bear, this is their first match against each other again after their opening week match.
Yeah.
So back then it was Log Racers who won. I wonder if that is still going to be the same tale for this matchup. And yeah, that is one at least storyline. At the end of the day, they'll still have to face up Boa, which is a tall order.
Yes, that'll be a scary fight. I mean, the top 3 in C League are all 6-1. So yeah, the top of C League should be really intense. I'm excited to see the end of that bracket. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else, Solomon? Do you want to yap? Have we yapped sufficiently? He said he's good. So, anything else there?
That is pretty much it for the BPL's regular season. Coming up this weekend is going to be the start of play-ins, so those are going to be exciting matches to tune in and watch. And this time around, there is no second chances. If you lose, and you're out. So I think a lot more exit interviews too, so you'll get to know a bit more of how teams went down.
Yeah, and captains, if you're watching, get your availability in. So, tomorrow night. Yay! That's it. Thank you all for coming.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
And have a good night, y'all. Go tuck yourselves into bed and hydrate.
I don't want...
Where